Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 1 of Let's Play The Elder Scrolls Online, Old Merry Dominion Edition. I don't know if that's what I'm actually going to call it, but I feel like I should call it something that kind of indicates that I'm going to be doing the Old Merry Dominion Zone quests first and foremost. If you haven't watched episode 0, go back and watch that. I explain a bit about the kind of playthrough that we'll be doing in that video, but for now, welcome to the Isle of Balfiera.
You're awake. Thank the stars.
Sorry about that, just had to check some settings, but yes, this is the brand new tutorial which has been added with the Elder Scrolls Online Blackwood. You do not need to earn Blackwood to do this tutorial. This is basically the catch-all tutorial.
There you are, on your feet. I know magical translocation can really upset the stomach. Just take a moment and get your bearings, alright?
Where am I?
The Isle of Balfiera, home of Clan Barini. I apologize for the cramped accommodations. We pride ourselves on courtesy, but circumstances here have taken a turn for the bizarre. I needed to make sure you weren't a danger to yourself or others.
Can you let me out?
You might not be so eager to escape once you hear what's going on. You arrive via a portal, along with a Daetric beast called Shayazel. It seized control of our golems and unleashed them on the island. If I free you, will you help me stop Shayazel?
Yes, set me free and I'll help. That's
Wise choice. Just give
that's
me
how
a
this guy
moment.
sounds, I guess.
There. That should
I didn't put that much thought into what his voice
When
was going to
you're
be.
ready, follow me.
So, this is Norianwe. I recognise her name. I don't know if she's appeared in other Elder Scrolls stories, but this is the first time we are meeting her on this character, at the very least.
There you are. Free as a spring cricket. I hope you intend to keep your word. We'll need each other out there. Of that I'm certain. The name's Norianwe, by the way, of Clan Barini. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Where are we headed?
We're bound for a place called the Kritigri Gallery. But first, I need to know you can defend yourself. Hurtling through the orbis and falling flat on your ear left you a bit scattered. Find a weapon, and we'll work out the cobwebs.
Sure, but I have some questions.
Of course. I can't promise total transparency, but I'll be as forthcoming as I
So,
can.
there's a lot of dialogue in this game, and I do plan on going through most of it. But if we get to a point where it feels like the questions we're asking are unnecessary, or that we are getting people to repeat themselves about the plot too often, I will obviously take control of the situation a little bit and make sure we don't do that too much. But for now, you mentioned a Kritigri Gallery. What is that place?
The Kritigri Gallery is an ancient substructure of Balfiera Island, built long before my clan
Why is it
arrived.
called that?
On account of all the doors. The gallery's full of ancient gates, each with some arcane connection to places in Tamriel and beyond. Once the gates came to life, rifts opened. You fell out of one of them. The Daedra, Shayazel, emerged from
How did you
another.
escape?
I cast an incantation of the steed, snatched you up, and fled as fast as my feet would carry me. I heard the Daedra cursing, followed by some kind of explosion, but I didn't look back. I hope the gallery is still
What were you
standing.
even doing here?
Nothing irresponsible, if that's what you're asking. I'm a member of Clan Durini's intelligence guild, the Cinderella. More scholar than spy, I assure you. I was conducting some research in the gallery, then pop! You and that monster arrived.
Pop, eh? Just like that. Why were you studying this place?
The gallery's always been a place of special interest for the guild, but we never quite cracked how it worked. Despite the dangers, this is our greatest breakthrough to date. The guild master will be ecstatic, provided we get it under control.
You said something about golems. What's going on here exactly?
Would it frustrate you to hear that I have no idea? We Dureni are cautious by nature, so the Isle of Balfiera has many defenses. Magical stone guardians protect many of our sacred sites, but somehow this Daedra found a way to turn them against
Can
us.
you describe the Daedra, Shayazel?
Ugh, do I have to? If I recall my studies correctly, I'd say it's a harvester, a huge serpentine creature that feeds on souls and magicka. If it finds a way to consume the energies of the gallery, we will be in very serious trouble.
So at this point you may notice that the options that we've already seen are greyed out. My issue with this is they're only slightly greyed out, and when there's only one option or goodbye, it can be a little bit difficult to, if you're not paying attention fully, figure out which one you need to press. But yeah, they give us a nice little selection of starting weapons. This is a stamina class, so I'm going to start with a sword. Not a sword and shield. I don't know if they've got twin swords around. They've got daggers. We'll do that for now. I do plan on giving him twin swords eventually.
Larger weapons like staves and great axes would take both hands to use. You can pair smaller weapons with a shield, or another weapon of that size. The choice is yours.
So yeah, basically this is your standard inventory screen. I don't think I need to do too much tutorializing here.
Yes, I think that one suits you. If you change your mind, feel free to take any other weapon you want. Now, let's find a spot to practice.
Cool, let's go. So something I'm going to mention very quickly is that I am playing with ESO Plus on. You don't need to worry about that if this is your first time playing the game. It's not important unless maybe you want to do crafting. We will go over crafting at a later video, but for now, if you see me looting a bunch of urns and collecting stuff with hardly looking at it, then that would be why. Lockpicks are obviously used to try and open doors, but you can also get recipes in pots like that which help with crafting, and the reason it's good to look through every little urn is because you might find a really good rare crafting recipe. So hopefully, if there's like a room with 1,000 urns, I'm not going to stop and loot every single one, but I am going to be snatching things up on the way around.
This is as good a place as any. Now, prepare yourself while I conjure up a dance.
These daggers look cool, to be honest. Okay, so welcome to ESO Combat if you're not already familiar. Even after all of these hours I've spent, I'm not a huge fan of it. At least not the basic slashing. They tried to match it up with like Skyrim. It's kind of like faux action combat, but I don't think it feels very impactful. So I like the spells and stuff and the rotations, but the basic sword slashing, I think it probably drives a lot of people away the first time they play this.
Quickly, break free.
It's just running me through the basics here.
Again, make ready. Now press your advantage with a heavy attack.
I do like the stunning mechanic, I gotta say.
Hold its attack.
It feels good in the heat of battle sometimes.
Interrupt now, before it strikes. When your enemy prepares an attack.
I did also encounter a bug with this my first time through, because I have played through this once already.
Well done. Come speak with me for a moment.
Where he didn't, the little purple rim around the screen didn't appear, and I just like, I did a lot of damage to him, and then I realised I still had to go through all the tutorial bits. So we just got some Forgotten Adventurers leggings. I'll wear them for now, but we're going to want medium armor going forwards based on, like typically if you're melee DPS, you're going to want medium armor. That's pretty much the rule. We'll also learn that while we're here. Oh, and the game gives you rewards nowadays every time you level up. So we've got an attribute point, a skill point, and a crown fortifying meal. Now, when it comes to, well, first of all, attribute points, I'm pretty sure every Alcast build just tells you to put it all into stamina if you're a stamina thing, or all into magicka if you're a magicka DPS. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing, unless we end up dying too often. When it comes to skills, I'm going to play this the way that I think a player would or should for the first time through, and that is just choosing what looks cool. I'm not even going to go based on a skills advisor, but what I will say is it is good to get one from every skill tree from the start, because when it is on your bar, when you get XP, you also get XP for that skill. So we're going to start with Crystal Shard. And it says Magicka ability for now. If you're playing a stamina class, don't worry about that to start with, because it changes later on if you want.
With moves like that, the Daedra doesn't stand a chance. Yes, I'd say we're ready to set out.
Where are we going?
To reach the Keyride's gallery, we have to make it out of this ruin and across a wide field full of the golems I mentioned. With any luck, we'll be able to slip past them. But I'm not all that lucky, so I'm sorry in advance.
Great. Alright, we'll head there next. What can we expect to encounter in the gallery?
Well, it begins with a door, the first of many. The only way to access the gallery is through a mysterious gateway. Once we pass through that initial door, we'll step into a huge vault. This is the part that worries me most.
Why does it worry you?
I believe Shiazel, the Daedric creature that's causing all this mischief, may have nested itself in there. So be prepared to fight.
Will dealing with Shiazel pacify the golems?
I can't say anything with certainty, but ridding the world of an otherworldly abomination can't hurt, right? Its influence might linger for a time, but the golems should return to normal before too long. Hopefully.
Let's go. I was debating with whether to give this guy kind of like a voice at the start, but I don't think I'm going to do that in this playthrough. Maybe in a future playthrough, who knows. But I'm not a voice actor, and I don't want to put anyone off with my inexperienced voice acting, basically. And also, it's just kind of tiring to do it for long periods of time. I tried doing it in a live stream once.
One of the stray golems. We might want to sneak past it.
Alright, so I would recommend, even if you are not planning on being a sneaky character, doing a little bit of sneaking here and there. Because you can do some bonus damage when you sneak up on them. And, oh that's weird, I thought there'd be something in that backpack. There's just a nice little bit of loot in this armory, which is going to give us our first bit of armor. Also, the lockpicking in this game isn't too tough. I remember when I started playing ESO, I was annoyed it wasn't like Skyrim, it was more like Oblivion's lockpicking, but I picked it up pretty quickly. Okay, so the problem here is I have to remember, yeah, this will be the medium stuff. So this game does have a first person mode. It can be helpful in situations like this. And hang on, I think arm cops I haven't picked up yet. Did I pick up a belt? Let's pick up another belt just in case. I like to go first person when I'm indoors, but for combat it's much better in my opinion to be in third person because you can see more of the world around you. You never used to be able to pick up all of the armor you needed in the start of a tutorial, but I think they're feeling generous this time around. They're trying to show players that they get rewarded for sneaking around and stealing stuff. We got another iron dagger there, but that's going to be worthless. I can't seem to find any shoes. When I was playing this on my other character the other day, I mean, there's heavy shoes. We could just wear heavy shoes for now. Ah, here we go, boots. There we go. For meta builds, you are going to want to have like one piece of heavy armor, I think. But we're not going to worry about that for now. For most meta-based stuff, we're just not going to worry. And if you want to hide your helmet, you can do that by going to, if I remember right, appearance, hats, and hide your helm. There we go. So you don't have to wear a doofy hat on your head the entire time. I don't think I've fully explained it, but ESO Plus gives you a unlimited crafting bag, so none of this is taking up inventory space that I'm picking up over here, and I can use it across characters. But again, I wouldn't worry about that until you've played more of the game. This is the corridor where they teach you how to sprint.
Let's hurry.
Designed purely to teach you how to sprint. I like it because it's just a long corridor for no reason otherwise.
Right. The entrance to the Key Rides Gallery should be east of here. Let's set out.
I don't know how well tomorrow's patch is going to make the game look, how much better it's going to make it look. So this might look outdated to you depending on, well, when you're watching this it will be afterwards. And this is a game telling us about a camera perspective. So if you want to have I will show you a little fight from the first person camera perspective, but if you want to have a little first person fight, these are statues, good job me. A little first person fight to kind of like bring back the Skyrim vibes, that is possible. We are now using our Crystal Blast skill. So yeah, it's perfectly possible. I just don't think it feels good as a first person combat game, to be perfectly honest.
Careful. Game wardens often set traps around here.
What's a game warden? Do these wardens just play games when no one's looking? They just have fun amongst themselves. That's kind of cute. And it's always good to get lockpicks. Although I think I have so many on my main character, I'll never need any more again. Oh hi, you saw me. So basically, sword strikes like that will build up your stamina bar.
The Key Rides gallery is in here. Let's
Or
head
your
inside.
magic bar, depending. Usually you'll get an enchantment on a weapon that will do one or the other based on your class. I think that's how it goes. I don't know. It's been a little while since I played Elder Scrolls Online. I picked it up again a couple of days ago to play through the Blackwood expansion. Haven't fully finished it yet.
Well, this is upsetting.
But I've just come back after a break of playing lots of Final Fantasy XIV. I do like my MMOs.
Zephyrs Bones. The surge of magicka created by the portals you came through. Must have cracked this skyshard. Without a functioning skyshard, this gate remains locked, and there's no way for us to proceed. Damn.
I like the way she talks, by the way. A functioning skyshard. Is there any way to fix it?
Unless you have a set of enchanting tools and a working knowledge of meteoric empowerment theory, no, there's nothing for it. We need to find a replacement.
Where can we find a replacement skyshard?
I saw one in a vault just south of here a few days ago, but it was flanked by one of the island's more powerful golems. Normally, I'd say we should search for another option, but given the circumstances, I think we have to risk it.
Alright, let's find that skyshard. Can I ask you something before we set out, though?
Of course. Let's not tarry too long, though.
What's a skyshard?
Giant clusters of meteoric glass. They fall from Aetherius, charged with raw and very potent magicka. Mages use sky shards in all kinds of rituals and experiments. We Dureni use them as a power source.
What kind of golem did you see near the skyshard?
It's a monstrous sentinel called a gargoyle. I've never seen one fight, but by all accounts, they are far more powerful than the golems we've faced thus far.
Awesome. I'm feeling very heroic right now, so you are in luck. So yeah, skyshards are basically little collectibles sprinkled around the world. And when you collect 3 of them, you get a skill point.
That vault to the south? The sky shard is there.
Which is very nice. It's quite fun. I've been in a guild before where they've run events where every week they choose a zone and one person basically guides everyone because they're reading a guide, and they run through between all the sky shards in a zone, and everyone just has to follow them to pick them up. It's good fun if you're on voice communications anyway.
There it is, the sky shard.
And the aforementioned golem. So typically you just want to burst down throughout all of your magical stamina reserves and then build it up afterwards. I don't know if that's the best way to do combat, but that's the way I typically do it, because your spells, I believe, are more powerful than your strikes. I'm just going to jump in here and add that you really should be weaving in light attacks alongside your spells, just to make sure that you're regaining some resource bar while you're using it, but I'm really lazy and I don't like doing that. And this is something you're going to be seeing a lot of.
What? Did you just absorb the energy of that shard? Incredible. Not quite what I intended, but we can work with this. Let's head back to the gate.
Making me feel weird. So, with excess gear, you can deconstruct it for crafting, and while I say don't worry about crafting particularly, it is something you probably want to do. You want to research it first and then deconstruct whatever you've got left. Researching is very important, even if you're not planning on worrying about crafting until later, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Alright, so we're nearing the end of the tutorial now. I believe that gargoyle was basically the boss fight. It's a shorter tutorial than some of them have been, so that's nice.
With any luck, it'll respond to the power you absorbed and unlock the gate.
Where are you, Norianwe? Oh, you're so slow. It's basically force of habit to be looting these urns, by the way. It's taking a lot of strength of will not to just go full magpie mode and open up every single one.
I'm afraid we've reached the really scary bit. The Daedric creature responsible for all these portals waits
Oh,
just
okay, we
beyond
still
that
got to do the
gate.
final boss fight, sure.
If you have any other preparations to make them now.
Do you have any advice on how to slay this thing?
Again, I'm just a scholar, but I'd encourage you to remember what we practiced before. Keep moving, strike true, and exploit any opening the creature gives you.
Okay. Well, next episode on Let's Play Elder Scrolls Online, we will take down the creature in the next room and we will choose our destiny, by which I mean we'll go through the portal that leads us to the High Elf story stuff. So make sure to join us then, and I will see you there.